Algeria, the largest Arab country in the world and the biggest on the African continent. Beaches and some tourism, but not always the most open of countries, or the easiest in which to find out about its people. This film goes inside a part of Algerian family life that has survived the centuries. Rich in tradition, spectacle, and celebration. Welcome to the traditional Algerian wedding.
تلمسان يا عليا يا محلاك في السكنة فيك الحمام والإمام والتاني يا سويطان فيك الآيات العظيم يقراوه الشبان شبان
We're going to see 3 weddings, the preparations and the ceremonies. And food will play a very big part at all of them. There's Khadija and Abdulrahman's, a huge event in Tlemcen in a hired venue, an extravagant display of tradition, dance, and noise. Sabrina Harakat and Ali's and Maskara in her home. And Rania Braxi's in Tlemcen. Rania is to marry Sufyan in his home, also in Tlemcen. The preparation started months previously, with Rania and her mother looking back at her wedding photos years before.
ماما شحال ما تفرجناش على بنت عرسك اجي نتفرج عليها
ايه بنتي خاصك تشوف العرس كيفاش يا جي بنتي نوريلك هادي حتى انا كنت قدك هكذا وجاو يخطبوني وكي هذا حتى انا لما مشات كما ديروا كيريكتينا هكذا كيعجبك يا بنتي ها هذا شو مدخليني عروسه شو القرفطان
هذه حتى انا اللي كنعمل
ياك بنتي ياك لا ان شاء الله نعمل لك خير
خايفه انا شويه
خايفه انا ياك
خايفه انا بزاف
ما تخافش بنتي شفت العرس تاع اختك كيعبيناها توجور يعرضوا لهم بالقرفطان توجور الشده تكون كاينه
Many women might resent parental interference these days, including Algerians. But Tlemcen is a conservative city, and in the Braxi family, Rania's mother will play a big part in the preparations for the wedding, with her daughter's blessing. Today, Rania is getting ready for the family of her intended to come and ask for her hand in marriage, so she has to look her best.
فلسفة الزواج في الجزائر تعتبر مثل أي زواج في العالم، خاصة الدول العربية. لكن الزواج التقليدي بصفة خاصة في الجزائر يتم عن طريق تعارف بين الأمهات، يعني أم العريس وأم العروس، بحيث أن أهل العريس يروحوا لأهل العروس في دارهم يطلبوا إيدها من دارهم، وبس تتم الموافقة تولي ملك ليه، بمعنى أنها خطيبته.
The female members of Sufyan's family arrive at Rania's house dressed in costumes decorated with silk and with gifts of Algerian traditional almond and honey cakes. Sufyan's mother, sisters, and other female relatives are visiting Rania's family to meet them formally, but also to check out Rania close up.
نقول لها بنتي خاصك الراجل كي يشوفك امراه تعرف حقوقك وواجباتك هذه هي في الدنيا تاعنا
احنا عارفين التربيه وحنا عارفين
كيش نقول لك المراه تأم عيالها وخيالها
علاش اختاريناكم
ياك
على كل شيء وقال لك كل صبعه بصنعه ايوا جميله خصنا نشوفوا العروسه
When Rania enters, everyone greets her with high-pitched ululations, or yuyus for short.
تبارك الله تبارك الله على عروسنا. تبارك الله الله يسخر.
Rania's future mother-in-law formalizes the engagement by offering her a ring.
هاتي. احنا ماما احنا انتوما اختاروا. دابا العروسة.
She also presents Rania with a series of gifts, ancient jewelry, embroidery, and traditional costumes that represent the influence of the Spanish region of Andalusia on the culture of the Algerian city of Tlemcen. Rania's family responds by serving their guests a host of delicacies made with almonds and other nuts, flavored with rosewater and citrus. Milk, a symbol of purity and good luck, is also on the menu. And finally, the women bless the Prophet Muhammad, committing both families to the engagement. Mascara, 200 kilometers east of Tlemcen, and the birthplace of Emir Abdel Qadir, leader of Algerian resistance to French colonial rule in the 1800s. Mascara has its own traditions and heritage, but its weddings are not unlike those in other parts of Algeria. It is also home to the Harakat family, and their daughter, Sabrina, is about to meet her future mother-in-law.
العروسة جات يما للت البنات قوموا يا الناس جيبوا الزغرات العروسة جات يما للت البنات للت البنات للت البنات العروسة جات يما للت البنات.
أنا جاي نخطبوا البنت من عندكم، عجبتنا بزاف، موليها ملاح، ناس هازين الله يبارك. معنا ما نعيبوا فيهم، ولدي فاني الله يبارك ما عندنا ما نقولوا الحمد لله. انتوما سالوا وحنا نسالوا. وحنا جينا معولين على ذا الشيره. لا تعطوها لنا ان شاء الله نكملوا عليها.
حنا نسقسوا ونشوفوا نشاوروا الكبار ومن بعد نردوا لكم الخبر.
جيب لنا ذا البنيه نشوفوها ومن بعد نهضروا على صوالحنا الاخرين.
ما كاش مشكله كون عيطوا لها. عيطوا لها.
Sabrina's mother calls her to join the meeting of the two mothers.
الله يبارك الله يبارك.
She's quite shy, but, like Rania, kisses her future mother-in-law as a token of respect, a tradition inherited from her own grandmothers.
بعد اللي يعطوهم الموافقة المبدئية وهذا إجراء لابد منه في الأول يتفاهموا باش يجيو الرجال من بعد وهذا هو اللي يسموه الكمال.
الحاج جلالي جئناك اليوم نطلب منك المصاهرة.
The Algerian marriage process differs from other cultures and faiths in that it can take anything between a month and a year. The Fatiha is a meeting between the men of the two families in which they agree the couple will marry when ready. This gives them God's blessing and is effectively their religious ceremony.
الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
After the Fatiha, and to celebrate the union between the two families, the men drink milk from pottery cups, decorated with designs coming from Amazigh, the culture of the Berber people of Algeria. The milk represents purity and is served with dates, a symbol of sweetness. You're going to see a lot of food in this film. Here, the men enjoy dishes like olive tagine with grilled chicken and couscous with almonds and nuts. Then there's prune tagine with honey, decorated with pineapples and toasted almonds. And the fatha ends with an assortment of traditional Algerian delicacies served with tea, as the aroma of sweetness and light fills the air. As you can tell, food accompanies every stage of the marriage process. So both families in our first two weddings have met, and the two engagements formalized. The next preparation phase is a series of shopping expeditions. In many Western countries, the bride and groom often send their guests a list of gifts they'd like to receive. But in a traditional Algerian wedding, the groom provides the dowry and the house for the couple to live in. So the bride and her family have to furnish the house, and that means hours and a lot of money spent selecting colorful fabrics and furniture. There are plenty of markets and stores for brides-to-be and their mothers to visit in their quest for furnishings. Ottoman-style curtains, cushions, covers, sheets, and blankets are all on their shopping list. The bride pays particular attention to furnishing the bedroom. She has to strike the right balance between tradition and practicality. Sabrina is also looking at things to wear at the Turkish bath.
شابة هذه صابرينا تاع الحمام. كولور موفرين شابة.
مرحبا بكم الحاجة. محل تاعكم هذه المقامة تاع الحمام مرغوب عند العرائس. هذا اللون وهذا اللون يتبع حتى المقامة ديال الفوطة تجي هكذا الفوطة.
لا أنا جو بريفير
نحاس. تحبي تدي هذه الفليزة تحبي تدي البنك معاها مع القرقاب. هذا طاقم كامل. هذا المنديل هذا تديروا العروس
لما تخرج من الحمام. من الحمام.
ماما شوفوا لي اللون لا كان جاني.
But the most time is spent choosing the bride's many outfits for the day itself. Rania's mother makes all the key decisions for her daughter.
تبدا العروسه توجد في التروس تاعها واللي هو بزاف كبير حتى انه كاين مثل شعبي يقولوه في الجزائر انه زواج ليله تدبيره عام، بمعنى ان العروسه تقعد طول السنه طول العام وهي توجد لهذا العرس، لانه العروس لازم تكون في ابهى حله ليها، تكون بزاف هايله بزاف روعه، تكون ملكه في ليله عرسها، ولهذا تقوم بتخييط كل الالبسه اللي تحتاجها في ليله عرسها اللي تلبسها واللي هي ليله التصديره.
There's an amazing array and mix of styles. From the karakou from Algiers, a two-piece suit embroidered with gold and silver and worn with the traditional Arab trouser. To the gandura from Constantine, a long velvet gown embroidered with gold thread. To costumes from other regions of Algeria. All these embroidered dresses show the pride that Algerians take in their cultural identity and ancestral heritage.
بوغ الألبسة اللي تجهزها العروس كذلك هي مكلفة جدا بزاف، سورتو تعتمد على خيوط الذهب وخيوط الفضة المرصعة بالعقيق ومرصعة بالمر، اوسي لي زاكسيسوار اللي تلبسهم العروس بزاف يلاقي يدخلوا في الألبسة. بالنسبة للألوان العروس يلاقي تكون انتيليجونت في اختيار الألوان اللي تكون ألوان فاتحة، ألوان اللي تعطي الفرح والتفاؤل اللي تجعلها ملكة في ليلة عرسها.
مسألة الكلفة هي فعلا تكاليف باهظة جدا، سواء على عاتق العريس أو على عاتق العروسة، لأنه العريس لابد أن يقوم بشيء مهم جدا ألا وهو الدفوع. الدفوع هو أن يدفع لها ثمن معين على غرار الطقم من الذهب، مثل البارور أو نقولوا بارور أو مسيبعات نسبة لأنها 7 أساور، لهذا سميت بالمسيبعات. هناك المسكية، هناك الخامسة عندها دلالة رمزية عندنا ألا وهي أن تحفظها من العين، وهي غالية جدا. فكل يعني الذهب خاصة في الآونة الأخيرة فهو مكلف وغالي جدا.
Jewelry is another key part of the bride's look. And Algerian gold jewelry is heavily influenced by Islamic and Andalusian designs. Like these armbands with different shapes inlaid with precious stones. Or the set of 7 bracelets. The meskia necklace and, of course, earrings are all essential items. Another traditional touch is a long necklace with a large oval pendant called a cravache boulahia. And these dazzling gold rings.
دور دور يا صائب الكاس والفنجان، واللي يزيد في النشوان ويضوي هذا المكان هو القنديل والشمعة والترية والنغمة بكل ألحان.
The next stage on the way to Sabrina's wedding in Mascara is the henna party. This is an all-women event at Sabrina's house at sunset on the eve of the wedding day. The groom's female relatives arrive carrying itbaq, a decorated handmade basket containing expensive gifts, outfits, perfumes, and jewelry. The contents are displayed before the guests amid more yuyus and popular wedding songs. Henna is a symbol of joy and happiness, and rosewater a symbol of love and kindness. Mixed together, they double the bride's good luck. In the heightened atmosphere, Sabrina's mother-in-law puts the newly crushed henna mixture into the bride's palm, witnessed by the female guests. It has to be freshly crushed henna. Ali's mother then shows off the gold jewelry she's brought for her daughter-in-law as a token of generosity and respect. The more money gifted at a wedding, the prouder and happier both families will be. Generosity is an important feature of Algerian society. It matters. And a wedding is a full expression of this aspect of the people and their culture. After the henna party, surprise, surprise, more food. Sabrina's family serves roast lamb with couscous and sauce rouge. The wedding's tomorrow, so no one's going hungry in Mascara.
حنينة جابوها العرب حنا يا حنينة جابوها العرب تربطها العروسة بخوة مذهب تربطها العروسة بخوة مذهب والرقبة طويلة.
In more conservative Tlemcen, Ranya's henna party is also in full swing. The tradition here is for the mother-in-law to put a gold coin with henna in the bride's hand, covered with an embroidered white glove. Then she puts the Algerian jewel, the Khayt al-Ruh, on Ranya's forehead. The name means the thread of the soul, and this one studded with gold and precious stones. This is a more upmarket celebration than Sabrina's in Mascara. More restrained, maybe. But Rania, her sister, and the rest of the girls are still up for a gentle, rhythmical dance. Lots of smiles, and Rania looks both radiant and happy. In a moment, we'll finally get to wedding day. The grooms will have their henna parties. Armed horsemen will charge and fire volleys in the air. And we'll top off the night with Khadija and Abdul Rahman's amazing extravaganza. Sabrina Harakat is marrying Ali in Mascara in Western Algeria. Rania Braxi is marrying Sofyan in Tlemcen. The families have agreed to both marriages, and the Fatha, effectively the religious ceremony, has taken place weeks, sometimes months before. The evening before the big day, the girls have held their henna parties, and on the same night, it's Ali's turn. His henna party is in his own home, with the older women in the family close by, and the younger ones in the background. The celebrations are based on Algerian tribal war dances. Ali's mother uses some of the henna remaining from Sabrina's henna party to put in her son's hand. Sabrina and Ali's wedding in Mascara is relatively modest, but there are a lot of guests, which means they all have to be fed. Food is a really important part of the events and the hospitality. The groom's family hosts this meal during the wedding day, either at their home or at a hired venue. While in the kitchen, all kinds of exotic dishes are cooking. From al-harira, a local spicy meat and vegetable dish, to roasted meat and minced meatballs. Dessert is sweet prune tagine with dried currants and roasted almonds. Accepting an invitation to this meal is a way for friends and relatives to show their respect to the groom and his family.
في القديم كان العرس الجزائري 7 أيام و7 ليالي، ودركة ولا بس ليلة واحدة لأنه حسب القدرة الشرائية والقدرة الاقتصادية للناس.
The next step for the happy couple is more of a public appearance than the kind of ceremony you'd see in other cultures and religions. It takes place at Sabrina's house and starts with the entrance of the bride and groom to the accompaniment of drums and al-qarqabul music. Even at a relatively modest wedding celebration, the bride might wear as many as 7 or 8 different outfits. To start with, Sabrina wears the traditional dress from the eastern city of Constantine, the Gandura Furgani, a long black velvet gown embroidered with gold thread. And then they come back dressed in white, symbolizing chastity and purity, the closest equivalent of a Christian or Western wedding dress. This is a moment of true celebration, the bride and groom, in wedding clothes, sitting together as a sign of their new union, with the female members of their families sharing in their joy in dance. Next, the moment the bride ceremonially leaves her parents' house, a statement of the couple's new married status.
كي تخرج العروس من الليل من الدار باها يحطوا لها بيضة اللي لازم تدوس عليها. هذه البيضة معناتها انه ايامها كلها ان شاء الله تكون بيضة، انه فال ابيض ليها. كمان كاين طقوس ثانيه اللي هي تروح ترفد السكر وتقيسوا على لي زانفيتي، معناتها انه فال انه كل ايامها مع اهل زوجها وزوجها وعائلتها الجديده تكون كلها حلوه ان شاء الله.
For a family in Mascara hosting a traditional wedding, observing tradition is important, and the Fantasia performance on horseback is part of that. A group of armed horsemen in full battle dress charge in formation. Also called the game of gunpowder, it's based on the military traditions of the Berber and Arab desert horsemen.
القوم يعني عنده دور كبير في إحياء الأعراس وإحياء الحفلات وإحياء كل هذه المواسم البهيجة، ولا بد يكون فيه قوم ولا بد يكون فيه بارود، دليل على الرجولة ودليل على الشهامة كذلك، وفي نفس الوقت يعني في نفس الوقت يكون فيه دليل على شهومة العريس، ولا بد يكون فيه بارود يعني في حفل زفاف في العرس نتاع العريس تاعنا. يعني البارود حاجة يعني دليل على الرجولة في كل هذا الأمر.
The couple are taken on a car parade through the streets and neighborhoods, stopping at specific locations for souvenir photos. To express their feelings toward their history and identity, Sabrina and Ali make a stop at the statue of Amir Abdel Qadir, the symbol of Algerian resistance against colonialism and founder of the modern Algerian state. They also stop for a photo opportunity under the Dardara tree, the place where the people of Mascara first swore allegiance to Amir Abdel Qadir in 1832. At sunset, they arrive at Ali's house so that Sabrina can be welcomed by her mother-in-law with dates and milk. These traditions are deeply rooted in the Mascara region. The white of the milk and the sweet taste of dates are considered a good omen for the couple and a sign of affection and welcome for the bride. Sabrina soaks up the atmosphere and the warmth of the moment, surrounded by members of her new family.
الرقص حاجة أساسية في العراس تاع الجزائر، وفي الغرب تاع الجزائر نلقاو أهل العروسة وأهل العريس يرقصوا أو كما نقولوها يلعبوا، ونلقاو باغ اكزومبل الراقص ولا اللاعب يهز كتافه ويستخدم عصا، وبدل ما نسميها رقص نسموها لعب، وهذا احتراما للجنس الذكري. ورقص في الجزائر له خاصية أنه ولد من رحم المقاومة الجزائرية، والدليل على ذلك أنه هذه الرقصات هي رقصات بطولية حربية سواء في أدائها أو في لباسها، حيث نجد أن الراقص أو هذا اللاعب يلبس عباءة فضفاضة مع سروال فضفاض ونسموه بالسروال اللوبيا، لأنه في نفس هذا الراقص يكون في نفس الوقت فارس ولاعب.
In Tlemcen, Rania's ceremonial exit from her parents' house is altogether more extravagant.
يبان القفطان والشدة التلمسانية في العرس التلمساني بشكل واضح ملفت للانتباه، بيبان انه هذا عرس تلمساني من خلال الزي. انا تلبس القفطان اللي يكونوا جابوه لها وتكون شادة، ويغطوا لها وجهها بالحايك، يعني تخرج مغطية بالحايك تلمسان، تخرج من دار باها، وهنا يطيب العرس. تبدا السهرات والموسيقى المختلفة بما فيها القرقابو والموسيقى الأندلسية. الجميع يكون يستنى فيها برا، يستنى خروجها، وكي تخرج يبدا لو كورتاج يدوروا بها في البلاد في أنحاء تلمسان كلها.
Rania's is a slightly more upmarket wedding, and she leaves wearing the local beautiful bridal costume and enveloped in a white silk hayek. The wedding procession moves off towards the family home of her new husband, Sufyan, and their Fantasia horsemen go with them. Sufyan's sisters and his recently married relatives welcome Rania, dancing to al-Qarqabu music, all wearing the shadda. The fantasia starts the public celebrations. The horsemen attract crowds, so what better way of announcing your marriage to the world? As with Sabrina and Mascara, Rania and Tlemcen is welcomed with milk and dates, a way to wish her a white and bright future with her new family. In another ritual, Rania's mother-in-law offers her a key so that Allah may open every door for her.
ايوا ويدخلوها ويقعدوها تحت هذاك الحايك تاعها يستروها ويدوروا عليها العرايسات هما يشطحوا لا ميوزيك ريها ركاينه ولا مديح ولا هذا اي يدوروا عليها كي يدوروا عليها هي ريها لتحت خوتها ولا ري تعمل لها العقر العنوان تاع هذاك رمز الحشومه بالمعنى عروستنا حشمانه تحشم هذاك كل ورده وهذوك النقط البيضاء دي فوقهم هذيك يسمى ري تفتح ريها تفتح كل ورده هذا المعنى تاع داك العقل بالمعنى عروستنا حشمانه وري ماشيه تفتح كل ورده في بيتها.
تزويله على العروسه تزويله
Rania and Sufyan's wedding celebrations continue into the night. Don't forget, he has yet to meet his bride on his wedding day. But that's about to change. Dressed in a white silk burnous, the groom mounts a horse and sets off to meet his new wife, accompanied by Fantasia horsemen. In another ritual handed down over the generations, Sufyan gets ready to throw his burnous to his friends amid the gunfire. And more yuyus. His mother sends him off with the Hand of Fatma necklace to protect him from the evil eye. Dressed in a beautiful shedda, his sister wipes the sweat from his brow. Then he makes the trip on horseback to his home to meet his bride. And then covers her face in the presence of guests and family. Then it's photo time for the family album. The shedda that Rania is wearing, the Tlemcen bridal costume, is so highly prized that UNESCO has put it on its list of intangible cultural heritage. It used to be worn by princesses and notables of the Zianid kingdom. It is made of several layers of silk and accessories, a velvet kaftan embroidered with gold thread, plus the pointed cap and long earrings. This is a great scene with the bride and all the female guests in their traditional costumes, in mixed company with the groom, just gradually dancing the night away.
نسمي هذه الليلة ليلة التصديرة، اللي حيث أن العروس طول الليلة وتكون عاملة عرض أزياء، كل نص ساعة تلبس لبسة جديدة وتروح تغير تعاود تلبس لبسة جديدة وهكذا حتى اللي تكمل الليلة. يكون حواليها بزاف ناس تاخذوا صور، يغنيوا معاها، يرقصوا معاها، يفرحوا معاها.
Earlier in the day, Rania did her tasdira, a kind of bridal fashion show. This is Rania in her karakou, the wedding outfit of Algiers. Although many of the rituals and costumes are common to all traditional marriages, there are variations depending on wealth, region, and social status. In another part of Tlemcen, our third groom, Abdulrahman, is getting ready for the biggest day in his life with his mates at the barber shop. New life, new haircut. Abdulrahman's wedding to Khadija will be bigger than the other two we've seen, and held at a special venue. Khadija is escorted by armed horsemen, and she arrives at the venue completely covered by a white hayek with her mother and close friends. Algeria is a modern country, but ritual runs deep in wedding celebrations. Here, the recently married female relatives surround Khadija holding the hayek, while underneath, another woman draws the red circles with white spots on her cheeks. And when she's unveiled, she's wearing the shadda, the Tlemcen bridal costume, covered in heavy jewelry and hundreds of pearls. Everything at this wedding seems bigger, more resplendent and extravagant than Sabrina and Rania's celebrations. Then Prince Charming arrives on his white steed. Cue more yuyus. Mum welcomes him, and Khadija gets a kiss on the forehead. And then the two of them get carried shoulder high in decorated thrones called dufour. There'll be food after this ceremony, plenty of it, probably. But for now, it's hard to imagine a bigger, noisier, or full-on event. There you have it, the whole gamut of traditional wedding festivities in Algeria. In one family celebration, the richness of Algerian customs and heritage, clothing and costumes, art, music and food, all rooted in history, but still very much alive among families like these in cities like Tlemcen and Mascara today.